Hi everyone, welcome to Millennium Computer's online tutorial series. Today's course is going to be a quick How Do I session to answer the following question. How do I use the new auto load function for user role assignments? Now this is a new feature that was released as of version 4.3.14 across all FAST applications. And this is probably going to be an administrative function, so limited to those of you with access to the administration tab and probably to those of you who manage security and access within your designated applications. So let's go first of all, take a look and I'll show you where to find it and then how to use it. Under administration, in any application, you'll see an access menu, and then you'll see the newest option at the top called auto load roles. Now auto loading is something that we've often done behind the scenes, but now we're actually giving you a front end interface to do this for yourselves. Auto loading can be used in such a wide variety of applications. It could be something as simple as if a series of end users has role A, we want them to automatically be granted roles B and C. Or maybe I grant everyone access to fast finance reporting, and when any access is granted to fast finance reporting, I'd like all of those users to automatically get the base user role in fast WebRec or fast JV. Probably the most common example that I can think of is going to be for those of you working in fast finance reporting, where any user with any level of fund security might get the basic finance user role. It's just a really quick and easy way to automate the user role assignments page so that you don't need to manually be adding and removing access time after time. And many of you, when you access this page for the first time, may find something like this, which was pre-existing before your upgrade. And in the past, you just never saw it. It was all happening in the background. The query is going to return all users with fund security, granting all of these users access to the basic finance user role. So now let's take this a step farther. What if we now wanted to create a subgroup? For example, maybe all users with access to a certain org or a certain series of orgs, we want to designate them as their own group. And this could be a group for pinned reports or scheduled reports or even dashboards. Here's one way we might be able to do that. So on this page, I'm going to add a new row and then choose the role that I'd like to be auto-assigned. We could make it something like the group pinned reports role. I'm going to choose my executive group. Now here's where we get to the interesting part. This is where we want to enter the query to capture the correct IDs. Probably you'll already have this query created in another application, so you'll just copy and paste it into this text box. I'm going to key in txt user ID and map this to the user ID type. I'm just going to add some notes here, and this is just strictly for your own purposes, for record keeping, if you will. Let's go ahead and save this and see what happens. We've now got 3 auto-loading roles. The first, the basic finance user role. The second, the finance executive role. And the third, the finance dean's role. The entry we've just created, which is line 2, is our subset role for all users with a specific org. You'll also notice right off the bat, FAST has auto-populated that role with 3 IDs. If I drill down on any of my hyperlink fields, it's going to bring me to the user role assignments page and show me all of the users that have been automatically loaded to these roles based on the rules assigned. If you ever want to take a look at your user role assignments, just go to Administration, Access, and choose User Role Assignment directly from the menu. On this page, what I would probably suggest you do is maybe find the role that we've added people to, or query this page looking for only auto-loaded roles. This is going to eliminate all those roles that you've manually assigned to end users and focus only on those that have been auto-loaded. Now we have our locked rows, and these are locked because they can't be manually added or taken away. These are only roles that will be added or removed based on the rules set up. And one final note on the use of the auto-loading functionality. As soon as any roles are added, deleted, or modified, FAST will automatically assign or remove any access relating to those rules. FAST also runs a job once a day, probably at your institution it's going to happen overnight, where it's going to look at your institution's ERP, empty the roles, and repopulate them based on the rules set up. This ensures that your roles stay accurate based on the rules you've assigned on this page. I hope this was a helpful introduction to auto-loading and user role assignments.